The afternoon sun bathed the garden in a warm golden glow as the tension from earlier completely evaporated in the fresh air. Okay, Dada, sit very still. You have a big booba on your nose. Yumi ordered, a voice full of toddler authority as she pressed a plastic toy stethoscope against Young's face. Youngi sat cross-legged on the grass, completely at the mercy of his tiny 3-year-old doctor. A soft, helpless gummy smile lightened up his face. Is it serious, Dr. Yumi? Very serious, she giggled, slapping a colorful dinosaur band-aid right onto his cheek. There, all fixed up, Dada. Jimin, sitting right beside them, burst into a melodious laugh that made his crescent eyes entirely disappear. He leaned over, wiping a speck of glass from Yomi's chubby cheeks and kissing it sweetly. Our doctor is the smartest in the world, isn't she, Yongi? The absolute best, Yongi murmured, but his dark eyes weren't on his daughter anymore. They were fixed entirely on his beautiful husband. As Yomi got distracted, turning around to happily chase a butterfly near the flower beds, Yongi seized the moment. He slid closer on the grass, his large hands creeping around Jimin's waist to pull him flush against his side. Yongi stopped. Someone will see, Jimin whispered, a bright pink blush instantly coating his cheeks. Though he did not pull away, he automatically rested his small hand on Yongi's broad chest. Let them look, Yongi purred into Jimin's ear, his voice dropping into a deep raspy register that always made Jimin's knee go weak. He nipped playfully at Jimin's earlobe, making the younger man let out a soft gasp. You look beautiful out here under the sun, Minnie. So beautiful I can barely focus on being a good dad. You're shameless, Jimin huffed, his bottom lip forming a cute tiny pout, though his fingers tingled gripped the fabric of Youngi's shirt. We are in the garden, Yon. I don't care where we are, Youngi whispered, his thumb caressing a bare skin of Jimin's face beneath the soft shirt, sending a shiver down his spine. He leaned down, pressing a warm, lingering kiss right onto the pulse point of Jimin's neck. I told you I wouldn't serve a single day without your affection. I'm just collecting my tax, wifey. Jimin let out a soft, breathless giggle, his head titling back slightly to give Youngi better access, completely losing himself in his husband's warm, intoxicating touch. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving just a gentle rustle of the leaves and heat of Youngi's lips against his sensitive skin. You really are a monster, Yoni, Jimin whispered weakly, his fingers tangling into the soft hair at the nape of Youngi's neck, gently pulling him closer. A very greedy one, only for you, Minnie, Youngi murmured against his jawline, gripped on Jimin's waist tightening in just a fraction as he reluctantly pulled back to look into those sparkling crescent eyes. Always only for you. He reached up, his thumb tenderly brushing over Jimin's full pink lips, which were already partly slightly. Youngi leaned in, intending to capture them in another slow, lazy kiss under the afternoon sun, completely forgetting about the world around them. Before Youngi's lips could fully meet Jimin's, the sound of tiny, frantic footsteps sprinting across the grass shattered the quiet romance of the garden. Dada, Mama, hide me, hide me. Youngi came barrel rolling right towards them, completely crashing into Youngi's side, like a tiny, energetic tornado. This sudden impact forced the two husbands to pull away immediately, their lingering lazy kiss completely ruined as they both instinctively reached out to stabilize their giggling princess. Youngi let out a low, defeated groan, his forehead dropping onto Jimin's shoulder for a brief second, as he cursed the terrible timing of his child. Jimin, on the other hand, burst into a bright, breathless laugh, his cheeks flushing a deep, rosy pink as he quick smoothed down his shirt and pulled Yomi onto his lap. Whoa, slow down, sweetie, Jimin giggled, wrapping his arms around her chubby waist to stop her from tumbling over. What's wrong? Why are you running so fast? The butterfly, Yomi gasped dramatically, her wide eyes full of absolute toddler panic as she pointed a small, trembling finger towards the flower beds. The butterfly is chasing me, Mama. Yomi slowly lifted his head, pinching his daughter's soft cheek. So, Dr. Yomi is afraid of tiny little butterflies? Is that why you had a blocked Dada's view? It's a big monster butterfly, Dada, Yomi huffed, hiding her face in Jimin's neck, just like a mama always did, her tiny shoulders shaking with cute, suppressed giggles. Jimin let out a bright, melodic laugh that crinkled his eyes in beautiful crescents, tightly hugging Yumi close to his chest. Don't worry, my brave little doctor. That is a big monster, remember? If the butterfly comes back, he'll scare it away for us. Hey, I only play the monster role for your mama, Yumi complained playfully. Though his eyes softened completely, he slid closer, wrapping his large, strong arms around both Jimin and Yumi, pulling his entire world into his embrace right there on the grass. Yumi squealed with delight, sandwiched comfortably between her two parents. She reached up with a tiny hand, grabbing Young's jaw with one hand and Jimin's cheek with another, bringing their faces closer together. Group hug, no more silly fights, okay? No more silly fights, princess, Youngie murmured softly, leaning in to press a loud smacking kiss onto Youngie's cheek, making her burst into a fit of breathless giggles. Jimin leaned his head against Youngie's broad shoulder, watching their daughters go happily in their arms. The warm afternoon sun beamed down on them, casting a golden light over the perfect unbroken circle of the little family. A little while later, the beautiful family movement continued on the grass. He was loosely tossing a small rubber ball towards Yomi, who scrambled after it on her hands and knees. Bright, endless giggles echoing through the expansive garden. Jimin sat close by, clapping his hands gently every time she caught it, his eyes shining with pure happiness. Unknown to them from the shaded balcony of the mansion, two pair of sharp, malicious eyes were burning into their back, while Chachi stood hidden behind heavy pillars, watching the peaceful scene with absolute jealousy and bitter resentment. Look at him, Goa hissed, his fingers gripping the balcony railing tightly. We have tried absolutely everything to make this boy stay away from Yongi. We tried to make him leave the house, but this boy is still glued like a sticker to our Yongi. What on earth can we do to separate them permanently? Chachi did not answer right away. The cold gaze shifted away from Jimin and looked directly onto the happily playing, giggling little Yomi. She watched how Yongi's eyes softened every time the little girl smiled. She knew just as well as Boa did that Yomi was Yongi's absolute lifeline. If anything happened to that child, Yongi would completely lose his mind. He would not think twice before tearing his own life and his marriage apart in pure grief and rage. An incredibly evil plan slowly formed in Chachi's mind. A sister, dark smirk stretched over her face, and she leaned closer to whisper directly into Bua's ear. As the details of the plot unfolded, Bua's expression twisted from frustration into a matching big explode. Brilliant, Bua whispered darkly. Now we can finally separate them both for good. But wait, Bua muttered. Her brow was furrowing as she looked back down at the lawn. How will we get Yumi? What's the lake at the edge of the property? She is playing right there with both of them. They won't let her out of their sight. Chachi chuckled, a low poisonous sound. We wait for the perfect opening. We just need to create a distraction to trap Jamin, and the rest will fall into place. Right on cue, as if destiny was playing in their malicious hands. Yumi's phone violently buzzed in his pocket. He pulled it out, his expression instantly hardening into a serious office mask as he saw an urgent critical business call ID. Yoongi sighed heavily, turning his head to look at his husband. Jimina, I have to take this call. You watch Yomi till then, he murmured, pressing a quick kiss to Jimin's shoulder before standing up and pacing away towards a shaded driveway. His deep voice immediately dropping into a sharp business register. Jimmy smiled softly, adjusting his posture on the grass. Go ahead, Yon, I have got her. Upon Up on the balcony, Chachi nudged Boa with a malicious grin. There is our cue. Young is gone. Go down there and grab the ball. I'll handle the rest. Jimin sat peacefully on the grass, his eyes filled with soft, glowing affection, as Yomi rolled a toy ball right beside his feet. He reached down gently, smoothing a stray lock of his hair from her forehead, completely immersed in his daughter's innocent world. Suddenly, a heavy, dramatic footstep clicked loudly against a stone path. Boa walked in with an exaggerated laugh, stepping directly between Jimin. and the lawn, completely blocking Yumi from his line of sight. Jimin Beta, Moa demanded loudly, crossing her arms tightly. Do you know where my pink sari is? I have searched the entire laundry room and the cupboards, but it is nowhere to be found. You must come and help me find it right this instant. Distracted and concerned by Boa's aggressive tone, Jimin was forced to look up and defeated himself. Boaji, I folded and kept it in the top shelf this morning. But Jimmy's attention was fully trapped. Yomi continued playing with the ball on the grass. Suddenly, the toy ball began rolling away from her on its own. The poor innocent child did not realize that a hidden thread was attached to it. She simply giggled and scrambled on her hand and knees to catch it. But the ball kept rolling further and further away, leading it straight down the stone path towards the edge of the deep garden lake. Hidden behind the thick hedges, Chachi smirked maliciously, carefully pulling the thread until the ball finally stopped right at the very edge of the water. Yomi reached on her tiny hands, leaning over the steep black bank to pick up her favorite toy. But just as her fingers touched the rubber, she felt a cruel, heavy pair of hands violently shove her from behind. Yumi's small legs stumbled over the edge, losing her balance completely. Hanging over the dark, deep water, a wave of pure terror washed over the toddler, and she screamed out with all the strength in her lungs. Mama! But before her tiny body could bulge into the deep lake, a powerful, frantic pair of arms shot out from the bushes and caught her mid-air. Youngi slammed his foot against a muddy bank, pulling his crying daughter violently against his chest and shielding her entirely in his arms. I've got you, princess. Dada is here. You're safe. You're safe. Youngi breathed out, his voice shaking with a terrifying mixture of panic and raw fury as he rocked the sobbing, hyperventilating Yomi tightly in his arms. What Boa and Chachi had completely miscalculated was that Youngi had never truly taken his eyes off his daughter. Even while arguing over the phone with the board of directors in the driveway, his protective gaze had remained locked on Yomi. He had seen the ball roll away, he had seen Chachi lurking in the bushes, and he had witnessed the exact moment Chachi stepped out to push this 3-year-old princess into the lake. Back on the lawn, the moment Yomi's blood-curdling shriek pierced in the air, Jimin's heart stopped. Without a second thought, he violently pushed Bua out of his way, sending the older woman stumble backwards as he raced frantically down the garden path towards the water. Jimin burst through the tears already blinding his eyes, only to find Yoongi standing by the water edge. Yoongi's jaw was clenched tight, his veins pulsing with murderous rage, but his arms were incredibly gentle as he held a terrified, sobbing Yomi, whispering soothing words against her hair, while his dark, burning eyes locked directly onto a trembling, caught red-handed Chachi. Yoongi could not even find his voice to speak. The raw, violent fury choking his throat was completely overridden by the desperate need to protect his child. His large hands were trembling as he held Yomi tightly against his chest, rocking her back and forth while she buried her face into his neck, her tiny shoulders shaking with violent, terrified sobs. Yoongi, Jimin cried out, his voice cracking with pure panic as she rushed towards them, stumbling slightly onto the muddy grass before throwing his arms around both of them. His eyes darted frantically between his husband's pale, enraged face and their traumatized daughter. What happened, Yoongi? Why is Yomi crying like that? Why is she trembling? Without waiting for an answer, Jimmy gently but urgently reached out to pull Yomi in his arms, his maternal instinct completely taking over. The moment the little girl felt her mother's familiar touch, her cries grew even louder, her tiny fingers gripping the fabric of Jimin's shirt with a death grip. Baby, shoo, calm down, Mama is here. Jimin wept softly, pressing desperate, frantic kisses all over Yumi's wet cheeks and forehead, trying to ground her shivering little body. Mama's got you, my angel. Shoo, breathe, sweetie. Mama is right here. Nothing can hurt you. Were Yumi's sobbing form? Jimin tears-filled eyes snapped upward to look at his husband. demanding an explanation only to find Youngi's little pitch black gaze fixed rigidly on Chachi, who was frozen in place just a few feet away. You, Youngi's voice finally broke through the silence, not as a whisper but as a violent, echoing roar that shook the entire garden. He pointed a trembling right finger straight at Chachi's face, his knuckles white, looking ready to rip her apart with his bare hands. You fucking pushed her? I saw you. I saw you pull that string, and I saw your hand show my 3-year-old daughter into the lake. Jimin froze. The word hit him like a physical blow, and in that exact split second, every ounce of innocence, kindness, and patience he had ever held within himself instantly snapped. Yomi's heavy sobbing had finally slowed down to tiny quiet hiccups against his shoulder, moving with a terrifyingly calm precision. Jimin slowly handed a shivering toddler back into Youngi's arms as soon as he felt Youngi's grip secure around her daughter. Jimin stood up. He stepped directly in front of Chachi, his eyes flashing with fierce little glare she had never seen before. How fucking dare you? Jimin hissed, his voice dropping into dangerous, low, venomous tone. How fucking you even think of hurting my daughter? Before Chachi could even stammer out a lie, a loud, heavy slap echoed violently across the yard. The sheer force of Jimin's palm landing on Chachi's face threw her completely off balance, sending her stumbling backwards into the dirt. All the suppressed anger, the months of enduring the cruel insults, and the constant humiliation he had quietly swallowed out of respect for the family exploded out of Jimin at once. He stood over her like a protective god of woman wrath. I tolerated everything, Jimin screamed, his chest having as tears after range finally spilled over. I stayed quiet through your insults. I ignored your toxic humiliation. But today, you tried to harm my innocent daughter. You tried to kill my baby. How fucking dare you? Chachi let out a pathetic whimper, clutching her burning reddened cheek as she stared up at Jimin in absolute shock. She had never ever seen this side of the soft, compliant boy before. How did you touch her? Bua suddenly shrieked, rushing down the path like a mad woman. Her face was twisted in fury as she raised her hand, trying to violently shove Jimin away from Chachi. You low-born brat! Who do you think you are to lift a hand against? Before Bua's hand cover could ever graze Jimin's clothes, Yogi intercepted her. Moving with lightning's fast lateral precision, he locked his free hand around Bua's wrist mid-hair. He twisted his backward tightly, forcing her to her knees, right next to where Chachi had fallen. Bua let out a sharp cry of pain, her face turning pale as Yogi's grip tightened to a bruising hold. Shut your mouth, Yogi hissed, his voice dropping into terrifyingly low, demonic growl. He stood over both of them, shielding Jimin behind him, his broad back, while holding hiccuping Yomi securely against his chest. If either of you so much as breath in my husband's or my daughter's direction again, I will personally ensure you suffer in hell. When Chachi looked up at Yongi, shivering violently from the sheer malice vibrating in his voice. They had never seen him this unhinged, looking completely ready to tear them apart. Yongi, Jimin called out, his voice shaking with the cold, unforgiving edge, as he stepped up right beside his husband. His tear-stained face hardened with absolute resolve. Call the police, call them right now. Hearing the word police, the last bit of arrogance drained completely from both women's face. Pure terror took over. No, no, Yongi, please. Chachi begged, trembling on her hands and knees in the dirt, trying desperately to reach for the hem of Jimin's trousers. Jimin, beta, please don't do this. It was a mistake. We're just playing a trick. Forgive us, please. Bua, her wrist was trapped in Youngi's bruising grip, began to weep frantically. Youngi, I'm your father's sister. You can't throw your own family to the police for a misunderstanding. Jimin, tell him to stop. He'll have mercy on me. As Chachi's trembling hands tried to clutch at his feet, Jimin's eyes flashed with disgust. Without a shred of his usual kindness, he violently kicked the hands away from him. Don't you dare touch me with those filthy hands. Jimin screamed down at them, his chest having as he turned a fierce, demanding look towards his husband. I said call them right now. I don't care who they are or what blood they share with you.
They tried to kill our baby, call the police, and make sure they both rot in jail for the rest of their miserable lives. Without dropping his icy gaze from the two women shivering in the dirt, Yoongi pulled out his phone with a free hand. His knuckles white as he swept aggressively across the screen. I'm dialing Commissioner Shaker right now, Yoongi stated, his voice flat, dead, and utterly devoid of any human warmth. By the time the sirens reach the mansion gate, your bags better be packed because after today you're stripped of the men's name. Alarms are permanently frozen and will be facing first degree attempt murder charges. Yoongi, no, you're destroying the family's honor. Poor Whale, dragging herself towards Yoongi, finally releasing her wrist with a look of pure disgust. Think about what society will say. Society can watch you rot, Yoongi snapped, pressing the phone to his ear as the line began to ring. Jimin did not stay to watch them beg any further, turning his back completely on the pathetic sight of his aunts whipping in the mud. He immediately reached out and took her still hiccuping Yumi into his arms. The moment her tiny body was securely pressed against his chest, Jimin turned and walked briskly towards the safety of the mansion, shielding her head so she wouldn't have to look at the monsters behind them. Yoongi followed closely behind his husband, his broad shoulders securely blocking two women from even looking at Jimin's retreating back. As he walked in, deep voice boomed into the receiver. Commissioner, this is Min Yongi. Send a squad car to my estate immediately. I have a case of attempted homicide on a minor. 3 hours later, the chaotic storm that has overtaken the main estate finally settled into heavy, suffocating silence. The flashing red and blue lights of the police cars were gone. The frantic pleas of Bua and Chachi had faded into the distance, and the mansion felt entirely hollow. Upstairs in the master bedroom, the lights were dimmed to a soft, warm amber glow. Yumi was finally asleep, her tiny body tucked securely into the center of the bed, her breathing slow and shallow. She was still exhausted from the house of crying, a small fist clutching tightly onto the edge of Jimin's shirt, even in her sleep. Jimin sat frozen on the edge of the mattress, his arms loosely wrapped around their daughter, his chin resting on the soft hair. Eyes were red, swollen, and staring blankly at the wall. On the opposite side of the room, Young stood by the large glass window, staring out in the dark garden below. He had changed out, his grass-stained clothes into a simple black sweater, his hands buried deep inside his pockets. He hadn't spoken a single word since they walked back into the house. Not when the commissioner arrived, not when the statements were taken, not even while Jimin had broken down in tears in the living room. The silence stretching between them was defeating, suffocating, and incredibly heavy. Jimin swallowed the painful lump forming in his throat. A tear slipped silently down his cheek. He looked over at his husband's rigid, unmoving silhouette against the window. Jimin knew. He knew exactly why Yongi was ignoring him. Jimin's chest heaved, and the thought of raced through his mind, in each one sharper and more painful than the last. It's my mistake, he thought bitterly, a fresh wave of tears burning his eyes. It's all my fault. I always hid their mistakes, always followed their cruelty out of respect for his family. If I had just told Yongi before, at least they wouldn't have dared to take this horrific step. Because I did not raise my voice back then, they thought they could get away with trying to harm my daughter. Wiping a stray tear from his cheek, Jimin turned his gaze back to their sleeping angel. Moving with absolute gentleness, he tucked the little girl securely in the center of the bed, carefully placing a plush pillow right beside a tiny frame and pulling a soft blanket up to her chin. Once was sure she wouldn't wake up, Jimin quietly slid off the mattress. His feet felt like lead as he walked across the room and stepped out on the cool balcony, where the night air brushed against his skin. Yoongi stood there, a rigid, unmoving silhouette against the dark sky. Trembling, Jimin stepped closer with a heavy heart. He leaned forward and wrapped his arms around Yoongi from behind, pressing his cheeks against his husband's broad, tense back. I'm sorry, you. Jimin sobbed softly, his voice cracking into a broken whisper. Please, please talk to me. For a long, agonizing moment, Yoongi did not move. The tension in his shoulder was palpable, his body stiff under Jimin's touch, but the heavy, rigid breath escaped his lips. Yoongi finally breathed out slowly, his hands remaining buried into the pockets as he looked up the moon, whispering in a voice that sounded utterly shattering. What is there to talk about, Jimin? The raw pain in Young's deep tone made Jimin's grip tighten instinctively. I failed as a husband, Jung continued, his voice dropping into a hollow, quiet register that cut straight to Jimin's heart. I'm clearly not a good husband because my own husband doesn't trust me enough to tell me what my family was doing to him. Maybe, maybe I'm just not good enough for you, Jimin, if you feel like you can't share anything with me. No, Yon, no, please don't say that, Jimin cried out, the sheer agony in Yoongi's word breaking incompletely. He let go of Yoongi's waist only to pull himself around, forcing his way between Yoongi and the balcony railing, so he could look directly into his husband's shattered dark eyes. Jimin reached up, his trembling small hands farming Yoongi's cold cheeks, forcing him to look down at his tear-streaked face. Don't you dare blame yourself, Yogi. Look at me, please. Jimin sobbed, his voice shaking violently as fresh tears spilled over. You're the best husband, the most amazing father in the entire world. It was never about a lack of trust. I trust you with my life, with everything I have. Youngi's jaw clenched, his eyes dark with a painful mixture of heartbreak and exhaustion, as he finally looked down at Jimin, though he still didn't lift his hands to hold him. Then why Minnie? Youngi whispered, his voice cracking, the raw vulnerability on display tearing Jimin to pieces. Why did you suffer alone? Every insult, every humiliation, they were treating you like dirt under my own roof. And you stayed silent? If I hadn't seen them try to kill our daughter today, how long were you going to let them torture you? Because I don't want to break your family. Jimin shrieked softly, his chest heaving as he buried his face in Young's chest, his hands gripping the black fabric of his sweater desperately. I saw how much you already shoulders for everyone, Yon. I knew Bua and Chachi were your father's side, your blood. I foolishly thought if I just stayed quiet and endured it, they would eventually stop and I wouldn't cause a rift between you and your relatives. I was trying to protect your peace. Yongi, I never ever thought that their hatred would reach my baby. Jimin's legs suddenly gave out under the sheer weight of his guilt and exhaustion. His body sliding down, but before he could hit the balcony floor, Youngi's hand finally shot out of his pockets, catching Jimin securely under his arms and pulling him fiercely back up against his chest. Youngi wrapped his powerful arms tightly around Jimin's trembling frame, lifting him off his feet and burying his face deep into the crook of Jimin's neck. A heavy, broken sob finally tore from Youngi's chest, his broad shoulders shaking violently as he held his husband, as if his life depends on it. You absolute fool! Youngi choked out, his voice thick with tears, his grip tightening until there was no space left between them. My peace? Jimin, you and Yomi are my peace. There is no family without you. Those monsters shed nothing but blood with me, but you're my soul. Jimin wrapped his arms tightly around Youngi's neck, crying softly into the shoulders and suffocating wall of silence between them completely shattered. The cool night air rushed around them, but wrapped in each other's arms, the warm mat slowly returning to the aging arts. Youngi gently guided them back into the bedroom, closing the balcony door behind them to shut out the cold night. He carefully sat down on the edge of the mattress, keeping Jimin firmly on his lap, refusing to let go for even a single second. He reached up with a trembling thumb, tenderly wiping away the hot tears streaming down Jimmy's flushed cheek. Look at me, Minnie, Youngie murmured, his dark eyes now filled with a fierce, unwavering devotion. Never protect anyone at the cost of yourself again. From this moment on, if anyone so much as looks at you wrong, you tell me. We are a team. We protect our daughter and we protect each other. Understood? Jimmy nodded rapidly, fresh tears blurring his vision as he leaned forward to press his forehead against Yongi's. Understood, Yoni. I'm so sorry. No more sorries, Yoni whispered, leaning into to press a soft, lingering apologetic kiss onto Jimin's lips. A kiss filled with the promise of safety, healing, and an unbroken future. Beside them on the bed, Yumi let out a soft, sleepy sigh, shifting under her blanket and subconsciously rolling closer until her little head rested against Yungi's thigh. Yungi looked down at the sleeping angel, a small, genuine smile finally breaking through this exhaustion. He extended his arm, pulling the blanket securely over all three of them as they huddled close together on the bed, finally safe, finally whole, and entirely guarded by the love that no one could ever threaten again. The end.